What is happening, everybody? As you guys probably put together, the Phil Woody UK. Thanks for being here, buddy. Dan Woodley, thanks for being here as well. Good morning. So you guys probably saw from the video that I got going live on Friday, I got real sick starting Sunday night. And Monday, I felt like shit all day. So yesterday, I decided, well, I'm going to take a COVID test. Well, you can guess what the results were. I tested positive, of course. And then, so I started in Manitoba, the rule is if you're vaccinated, which I am, you start your isolation period 5 days from the onset of symptoms. So that takes me right to Saturday morning. So I'm happy to say that I'll at least be able to attend the provincial championships on the Saturday with my daughter, but still a strong positive today. So that means I have about 8 days to produce a negative test before I can get on a plane and head south to face Corey West. Now, it is my rest period, so I'm not too concerned about my prep for Corey West. My main concern is that I will not be able to get that negative test. But, there's a way and a method for everything. So that's what it is. I'm sitting here with COVID, and I don't feel that bad. I mean, I feel sick, but it feels like yesterday Monday I felt like I had the flu. Tuesday I felt like I had a bad cold, and as you can probably tell, it feels like I have a cold now. So Michael, Randy, how you guys doing? So that's where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting here with a late case of COVID, which I never thought I would get, seeing how we all seem to be at the end of it. But I think at some point we're all going to have it. It's going to be the new cold, the new flu. So get ready. Glad to get it now and get it out of the way, I guess. If we can find silver lining. The only thing is, and I guess this is a good thing, is my wife's away. So I'm actually alone in the house for 5 straight days. I told my kids they could not pop in here because they go back and forth between my ex-wife's house and mine, but they come here frequently, and I told them they can't. So it's me and my animals sitting here. So what do you guys got for me today? It's not going to be a very long show. Probably we'll try to stay on 15, 20 minutes and then call it a day, but that's where I'm at. We got the vid. Phil Woody, touch wood, I've avoided so far. Well, I thought I had too. Maybe you haven't, Phil. Maybe you're just one of those guys that got it, didn't know, and it's passed. So there's a lot of people like that. And I can pretty much pinpoint the moment I got it last week. I was at an event, but it seems to be the likely scenario. Otherwise, let's talk about our sponsors a little bit. Fueled by Supplement King Portage Prairie, and I bought a gigantic tub of aminos that are an all-day, everyday recovery drink that I've just been pounding those like crazy all day long, trying to stay hydrated, trying to keep aminos in my body. And yeah, that's what it is at this point. I was talking to Neil Pickup yesterday, and he said, how you doing? And he was surprised when I told him what I was going through, but it's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. Yeah, Phil, hit the like if you haven't already. Hit the like on the, and make sure you hit subscribe. And again, I'm going to ask you guys, if you don't mind, go over and hit subscribe on my real estate channel, which I will be attempting to do a podcast on there later today. We're probably going to record it, though, and post it at maybe tomorrow. It may require some editing. Michael Smith, do you have any right-handed matches in the works? Well, I don't, because my right is not in the best shape. Right now, me versus Larry Wheels would probably be a good right-handed match, just because I have so many holes in my game right now ever since I tore it with Alex. It's recovering, but there's some weakness, because when some guys, they tear their bicep, it gets reattached in a position that actually gives them a leverage advantage. With me, the forearm tear, it actually reattached, it scarred down and kind of reattached itself in the opposite direction. So I'm at a disadvantage with leverage, and it's going to take a long time to get stronger. There's positions where I'm still very strong. I was offered a Wayne Withers match on the 21st, and I said no, because I cannot. He would be a nightmare match for me right now, because where he is strongest is where I have the most holes in my right arm game right now. And so we're probably thinking a year before I start thinking about a meaningful super match, unless Larry Wheels phones me up and says, hey, come to Dubai, I want to pull you right-handed. I would take that match because it's high profile. It'll be competitive. And, I'd like to go to Dubai. Left hand is going to be the primary focus, though, for the next while. And the way that some people only train their one arm right now, that's kind of me with the left. There's a lot of two-arm movements that I'm doing, but all the isolative are done with my left arm only at the moment. Oh my God. I see Larry is now at Eat versus West 3. What about the Grill Hunter? I don't see that happening. Engen hasn't called me, but I mean, at some point, maybe I could see Morozov getting past Matt Mask with the left arm, and then I would love that match. Maybe even a Gasparini match with the left arm, because I do have a lot of confidence in my left arm right now. I'm pretty much wide open to pull with the left. Dustin, good morning. Yeah. What else you guys got for me? I mean, I'm sure Jody and I this Monday will be talking and breaking down all the matches that are coming up on the 21st. That's all the East versus West. We haven't done those predictions yet. We got a lot to talk about. We got that. We got the Texas Arm Wrestling League event that I'm going to be competing in. Jody and I will be breaking all those down on Monday. That's the primary focus this week. I'll be attending the Manitoba Provincial Championships, mostly to watch my daughter pull and hopefully become the provincial champion. And she's something, man. She's amazing. She's got some power. 14 years old. No East versus West. Phil Ryan at East versus West 4 in August. It's doubtful, Phil, and the only reason I say it's doubtful is because oh, wait a minute here. I got to get to this. It's doubtful because I'm going to be on vacation in Iceland in August. So I'll be away for a pretty significant amount of time. And it probably will conflict at some point. It'll either affect my preparation or I'll be double booked and I just won't be able to go. Did you see that Rivas said he was only at 40%? That is interesting. That's very interesting. Dan, what weight class is she's pulling in? She's 14. She's probably 5'10", and she's about 135 pounds. Strong hand, hits hard and fast. So, looking forward to that. Hermes Desperini. Is the housing market as high in Canada as it is in the States? It's nuts down here. There's lots of similarities. We're going into real estate on this channel. I love it. So the housing market up here is very different from coast to coast, but the trend is that it's definitely a seller's market. There's hard things. There's a lot to. There's a lot of challenges with buying a house in that market. Lots of things are going way over ask, but in Canada, it's weird because the same house in Manitoba that sells for $300,000 is $1 million in Vancouver or Toronto. Dan Woodley, good luck to her. Another SP to follow. Yeah, she is the next women's champ for sure. I do know that there is some girls coming out of the other provinces that are around the same age. Oh, that's an interesting question. So we'll see what happens at the Nationals. I have high hopes for the youth in Canada. There seems to be a lot more coming out. Arm wrestling fan, why didn't you show up and enter to pull tournament against Devin Lefty? Well, that's a weird question because it's 24 hours away. I don't believe Devin ever said he was pulling the tournament. I'm preparing for a super match, and shouldn't Devin come after me if he wants my ranking? Just saying. Yeah. You'll probably never see me out there, arm wrestling fan. If we run into each other, it'll be somewhere else, neutral territory. I think his game is more about manipulation than actual arm wrestling at this point. Rivas is likely 90% well rested. Let's be honest, them Jordans. Arm wrestling fan. I am curious though. I mean, was there criticism that I didn't just show up at some random local Ontario tournament? That would be a weird thing. That's like saying, why didn't Devin show up at every tournament in Manitoba for the last 5 years just to pull me left-handed? Devin's left might be on that level, though, Hermes. It might be. I'm not saying it's not, but he's reclusive when it comes to that stuff. He's prepping for other things. If he wants to have a left-handed high-profile match, then he should go seek that out. Warren, how you doing, brother? Warren, I've got the COVID, my friend. And Warren was here last week for a practice. Yeah. Arm wrestling fan, yeah, it could be possible at some point. You know, I've been traveling Canada pulling tournaments for 25 years. At some point, guys changed what they were doing and decided not to do that anymore. Adam, good morning. Oh, Warren says I'm good. Already had. Well, get ready to have it again, buddy, because, yeah. Phil Woody, UK. Evan needs to control his addiction. I think he pretty much has it under control, doesn't he? I mean, he drinks a lot, but is it out of control or is it for show? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Deep down, I'm going to say this here. I think Evan Burgoyne is a decent guy. However, he likes to stir some shit up. Stacks, were you impressed with the Corey versus Krasny match? Yes, I was. It was a good win, but I still put Dave's win over Krasny as better because Dave went through him even after Krasny got his sticking point set. That's an interesting point. It was still an impressive win. The look on Krasny's face kind of said it all. Like, holy shit, this guy is strong. Yeah, it was impressive. The after pulling, I don't put any stock into that. But, you know, Corey has a lot of stuff to get ready for it, and I think his attention is divided. Now he and I have a left-handed match, and we'll see where the chips fall. If I win, I go on to try to face Cody Merritt. If he wins, maybe he should be going after Cody Merritt. But I'm pretty confident, so we'll see. But I got to get better, man. I got to get healed. Oh, boy. More COVID stuff. Yeah. What else you guys got? You're hunting gorilla. I am hunting gorilla. I'm hunting gorilla with a disadvantage at the moment, but yeah. Adam Thompson, how you doing, buddy? I'll see a bunch of you guys on Saturday. Arm wrestling fan, hope you don't lose strength. You know what? I don't think so, because my supplement regimen is good. You know, I feel sick, but I've made it through my whole basic preparation. The only thing I'm missing is a few light days this week. I might test my arm a little bit on the after table on Saturday, and just to see, because it'll be well rested. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, my dog's not being a good boy. Yeah, I'm excited for Saturday too, Adam. Corey versus John. You think John sweeps him? No. I think I'm going to say that Corey will win the first match. Because John sometimes, and even in this stage of the game, John likes to play around a little bit. I think Corey's going to win match number 1. I really do. Big practice Saturday in Cleveland. Bart Wood, John Hinoski, and the rest of the PA boys coming in. Nice. Nice. Well, you guys, I'm going to try to live stream the provincial championships in Manitoba here on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to get that set up. Fair warning, it's going to be a long day. So I'll do it in 2 separate streams. I'll try to do the kids in the morning. And the adult tournament when it begins. Now, Stacks, are you taller than Corey? Yes, I am. I believe he is 6'2" or 6'3". I am 6'4", and yeah, Michael, I don't know if Michael's 6'3". He's taller than people expect him to be, but yeah, I don't think Corey and Michael are very, very close together in height. Yeah, I'm taller than Corey, but he has got me by about, and this is rare. Let's see, 25, 35, 45 pounds. Yeah, Corey, I think, has me by about 45 pounds. But Corey is still, he's a young guy, and he's still doing a lot of the lifts that I don't do anymore. I mean, for me, a 600-pound bench press does not make a difference in arm wrestling. Health work. Evan slurred his words at a super match. Clearly doesn't care for impression of the sport. Well, I'll tell you what. Health work. There is rules at the national championships and at the world championships, and if Evan ever goes there, he's got to follow them. That you can't be under the influence of anything while you're arm wrestling. It's not allowed. Actually, if you watch, there was a documentary series done. Oh man, I wish I could find the name of it. It was a Canadian documentary series done, and it followed First Nations arm wrestlers from around the country as they prepared for the national championships. And there was a Manitoba arm wrestler that was disqualified and kicked out of the tournament because she had the smell of alcohol on her when she was arm wrestling. Well, guys, I'm going to go take a rest. But I appreciate everyone coming in here. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, I'm going to be recording a podcast for my real estate channel this afternoon, where we are interviewing the one and only EXP broker from Manitoba. But otherwise, watch for the live stream coming out, and the journey, the little show that we do on Fridays, which is a clip show, which is fairly interesting this time around. Down with you. Thanks, brother. Hermes Desperini, do you think arm wrestlers are starting to think about juicing a little different now that all the bodybuilders are passing lately? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stay around to answer that question. I do. I think Larry Wheels, going to get all of his blood work and heart checked and all that is an eye-opener. But the one thing you need to understand about bodybuilding and the difference is those guys are taking their bodies to extremes to bulking to cutting to bulking to cutting, back and forth, dealing with all kinds of other issues. And a lot of them are on a lot more things than just performance enhancing drugs. They're on painkillers, that kind of stuff. But I do think it was a wake up call for a lot of people to pay more attention to their health and not just throw caution to the wind. Because with the knowledge that I have about some of the things that some of the top guys are doing, anything to the extreme will hurt you. Randy, yes, Arm Nation is the show. Anything you do to the extreme will kill you. Dan Woodley, insulin kills, 100% agree. If you're taking growth hormone, the catalyst that makes it so effective is insulin. And if you overdose on that, you're dead. And that's it. Now, I think a lot more guys are paying a lot more attention to their health. But if the guys that are doing what I am hearing they're doing keep on doing that, it won't be long before we see our first death in the sport of arm wrestling, and it will be blamed on performance enhancement. We almost saw it with Dennis. So keep that in mind. And I hope that everyone is well and stays well. I think Levon could have a long career. You got to remember, Levon came up through the WAF system, and he was a massive guy before he ever touched anything illegal. But I mean, who's to say what Levon is doing, what he's taking? But you have to assume that it's something, because he's not the same guy that pulled that WAF a few years ago. That's for sure. And you're not going to see him go back to WAF anytime soon. That's also for sure. So keep that in mind. All right, everybody. Now I'm really getting out of here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next show.